Howdy, y'all. So, had some food for thought over the evening, sitting here in the lonely hours of the dog watch. And, just as the sun's coming up, I thought I'd get a movie or video out here. So, I had a lot to think about. Lots going on out there. So, I had to put together a mental list real quick. I'm going to go over it. First one would be that there's a situation that folks out there are going to be more on edge this time of year. What all with the elections and all the political circus going on and all that. And folks are going to be about having some issues, being angered. They're going to be interested in their own personal political whims. And every second you take out there, you put yourself at risk. I also want you to know that you put your political aims and goals and personality and what have you out here on the YouTubes when you do. It's important to keep a mind open, because folks are going to be. This is how you're going to be able to tell who your friends are. This is how you're going to be able to vet who your enemies are going to be. In all reality, I hate to say so, but the folks that are going to be the leaders, the problem, or the solution, you're going to find them on here. I'm sad to say, that this is going to be one of those only ways. You've got this, you've got BitChute, you've got Patreon and a couple of other video pools. But here on the YouTube, this is the one place where most people come to for every bit of information, for all pieces of infotainment, entertainment. And this is where we all place ourselves out there to know who we are. This is the YouTube. This is where you put yourself out there. And the idea is that no matter what you do, no matter how you make your videos, you could be a cartoonist and making infographic shows or what have you. Like, hey, y'all. But the situation remains is that your politics are always going to be there. No matter what you do, no matter how you do it. As you've seen from me, the Guardsman, as you've seen from me, Blame Price, just, the down to earth kind of just trying to be nice and all and be 100% with you. These small little bits and chits and chats, It's all a situation of you're going to find out who a person is no matter what they do to try and mask it. So my point is, why mask it? Be loud, be proud. Go right the fuck ahead. The situation is going to be this. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how you hold yourself, your politics will show. No matter how you hold yourself, it's always going to be that way. You could be an independent person, independently minded, and those politics are going to show. You could be a heavily Republican person and just, hoorah, this is the seat, just 100% right wing. Your politics are going to show. You could be 100% left wing. Not liberal, not Democrat, no. I'm talking way out there. Antifa sort. And yet, your politics are going to show. Mostly because, the reality is that when you go and you put yourself out there, it doesn't matter how you do your political thing, it's going to show. And you might be a liberal, that's great. You know, a lot of liberals out there, good folks. At the same time, you know, our politics may clash at times, but I'm going to point out to you that there ain't nobody out there with as kind of a heart as a liberal. It'll scare the shit out you sometimes. Absolute kind heart. But they're not the same as your Democrat type. Democrats, they want a society where the small control the many. It's simply aristocratic with a twist. That's what my dad always used to tell me. And I believed him. I still believe him because of what I've seen. It's all aristocrats with a twist. It's socialism. Socialism has nothing good for you. It will never be anything good for you. You'll never find happiness or peace in socialism. It rots the mind, and it destroys the body, and it weakens the spirit. This is one of the reasons why I choose to be an independent man. The independent man has a strong spirit, a healthy mind, and a big heart. And those are things that you cannot find in any other place, in any other person. A true independent has a healthy mind. See, the healthy mind is one where you understand the truth and you're not asking for folks to tell you, hey, you know, this is what you should believe or this is what you should believe. You know what you need to believe. Because the reality is, and life will always show you what true reality is, even if you're not watching, even if you're not paying attention. It might have to actually smack you upside the head, a good one. But it's going to show you. Life is going to show you. The world does not want you to be here. It does not like you. And for every bit that you gain, you will have to fight for it. And that gives you a healthy understanding of reality. If I want something, if I truly want something, I'm going to have to work hard for it. And it might mean that I have to put my life on the line itself. If I truly want something, I'm going to have to fight for that. No matter what the cost may be. Imagine this. You're in a situation where, you know, your friends and or family or what have you are all out to drinks at the bar or something, and you're just chilling there, all right? You're not doing nothing special. You're designated driver or something. You happen to be concealed carrying because you understand that shit may pop off. You don't know. You never know. You never, ever, ever know. But the situation is that it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Imagine for a second, you're sitting there and you're just chilling, you know. You know, me, I'm going to have a freaking pocket knife on me at all times. At all times. One of these days you'll actually get to see my EDC. My full layout of my EDC. But, and it'll trip you out because it is the most simple, most minute, and people look at it and they go, wow, that's amazing. He can turn all of that into a weapon. He can use all of it in its original form, and he can use it all in another format. MacGyver style. It's amazing what you can do with just the layout that I've got. One day we're going to go over that. My EDC is not just, not my Minuteman loadout. My EDC is something that is going to take, it's going to get me back to my Minuteman loadout. And I might carry stuff along with on the way back, throughout whatever situation I may be in. I may have to, take on equipment. Say somebody attempts to harm me physically or try to kill me, what have you. A warfare situation. invasionary situation. You're having to fight your way back to your home and get to your equipment. You may have to take weapons from others. That's why your EDC should be simple. It should be quick and easy to carry, ease of access, and be something that you can carry in both hands. You don't even need your pockets. Both hands. That's all you need. You need more, you're not going to make it. If you can carry it in both hands, I guarantee you you're going to get back. Guarantee you that. We'll go over my whole loadout in a future video, and you'll understand, hey, no, this guy really can get back. If push came to shove, I really could. With what I know. And it's all about this. Healthy mind. Healthy mind tells you, okay, I can do this. I can do one more thing. My ankle needs support. Okay, I can take, a bandana or something and build myself a splint. Or tie my ankle and my bottom of my ankle up, and I've got myself a support, an impromptu ace bandage. I'm going to have to retighten it every now and then, but that's alright, because it's going to get me back. It's little things like that, little thoughts. Keep your mind healthy, because every little bit counts. Every small thing that you can use. The tab on your zipper. You got a piece of metal. Metal can gain a sharp edge. Say you got a Bic lighter. You're a smoker or something. You carry a Bic. That's normally what I carry, just as my regular EDC. A Bic lighter. Like a roll of quarters in your hand. It's light, it's fast, but it supports your knuckles. And you can throw one freaking hell of a punch like that. At the same time, source of fire. Signaling. If you carry a straw with you, you can turn this into a cannon. Use everything at your disposal. And this is the most important part. With a lighter alone, I can do things that would amaze you. That's the whole idea about this. Use your mind. You may have to go through situations that are going to point out to you that, hey, this guy's got it right. He's telling us, hey, independent mind. Lose the politics. Your political biases are getting in the way of your survival. Your survival is of utmost importance, because you are the future. Every person who survives, you are the future. Here's the situation. Say it's just an everyday, average day. You're out getting drinks. You're the driver. You notice that somebody's acting, buck up-ish tough. Shit hasn't popped off. There's nothing going on. No big reason to be going around and being stupid, but, this guy's, drunk and being stupid. No. Most of the time, the best idea is to just, gather everybody up and move away, if you can. But say you can't, all right? Say you start grabbing people up and he notices it, because he's not that drunk. And so he gets over in your face and starts saying, hey, come on over, get a drink. And you can't, because you're a designated driver. He says, come on over, get a drink. You say, no. He says, what, you too good to drink with me? And you go, no, it's not that. I'm a designated driver, brother. I can't drink. And he's not going to take no for an answer. And so you say, dude, seriously, I ain't going to drink with you. It's nothing personal. I ain't a cop or nothing. I'm trying to point out to you, I'm getting my family home safe. You see how that works? Calm and always segueing into, it's not me. It's not, have fun. Be about you. You're trying not to start a fight. Okay, you're not trying to have anything pop off. So say he takes it personal, because he's just one of those kind of drunks. Imagine how I might have all this experience with this. My dad was an alcoholic. I was for a while a practicing alcoholic. I'm a in between. I'm trying to moderate. Moderation is a far better ideal than going, oh, I can drink all like my dad did. No, it doesn't work like that. Or I can only drink on social occasions. No, it doesn't work like that. Every now and then you might need it for medication to loosen up taut muscles, strained muscles. It works. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does work. However, it has a price. Everything has a price. If you're going to drink alcohol, one of the best ideas to do is have one. Force yourself to have one. If you can't just have one, then don't drink. And furthermore, don't drink grain alcohols. I know. Fructose alcohols give me a headache. It's not the fructose alcohol, it's the sulfites, the sulfurs in it. You can get around that with rosés and stuff like that. A lot of more dry white wines. And things like potato alcohols. I wouldn't suggest doing tequila because unlike potatoes, tequila has a different toxin in it as well. Just like absinthe. Although absinthe, it does have medicinal properties. It's good for if you're having psychological issues, say manic depression, issues of hallucinations. It can actually stop the hallucinations in some people. It's some people. That's not everybody, okay? And absinthe is something that you have to be very careful with. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Think about it like that. Too much of any good thing is always a bad thing. Too much sunlight can kill you, but not enough will kill you. Too much water can kill you, but not enough will kill you. So it's better to take the risk of having too much than not enough. Too much salt can kill you, but not enough salt will kill you. See the difference between can and will? Just because it's able to doesn't mean it's going to. These are very important life lessons I wish that I could have, passed on to someone else. That's why I'm passing them on to you. Maybe someday someone will watch this and say, hey, this guy's got it right. I like what he's got to say. He's being genuine, he's being honest. And this guy's real. Because it's true. This is me. I'm a good guy. I try to help out everybody. And I'm always going to be that way. Now, that attitude, that mentality stops and shuts off like a freaking like a light switch. The moment that somebody attacks me, I've always been this way. I can't explain it. I can't tell anybody, oh, this is why this works. I don't understand it. It's one of the few things in my life that I don't understand. And I probably never will. I'm good with that. Because I can't let things hold me back. If you let things hold you back, life is going to hold you back. And it's never going to let you commit. It's never going to let you find. But if you go out there and you take it, you work for it, you're going to find. And it doesn't matter what you look for, what you endeavor after, what you pursue, you are going to find it. It's an important thing about life. A lot of folks say, well, why even bother? Why even bother? Here's why. And I like this saying. It comes from an old fiction book. Some of you might remember from your childhood. Some of you older might remember selling to your, or buying for your children. I mean, not selling to your children, buying for your children. It's called Dinotopia. And one of the key foundations of life in it, it was very interesting. I just watched it again in movie format, but every drop of water raises the ocean tide. A thought that just, what it really translates to is that every single effort you make, is a little drop of water. And you can make the ocean rise. I mean, the facts that can be found in fiction. It's amazing. It's something that my dad taught me. And I because my mom couldn't get it through to me. She tried. And God bless her, she tried a lot. Really hard. My mind was always so logically grounded and everything. My dad being Mr. Liberal, Mr. Democrat, all for, legalization of marijuana and legalization of acting stupid, I guess. I don't know. Just what he was into, the things. He was a good fella. He was always a good man. But he was, I want to say, misguided by certain political bias and leanings. Because he followed the ideals of Bodhidharma and one other ideal. And that was that a drunk man is a happy man. A drunk man is a sick man. And it took me watching my dad die to understand that. A drunk man is a sick man. And a sick man, when he doesn't realize he is sick, doesn't want to be healed. And you have to want to be healed in order to get better, in order to become healthy. You have to want it. You have to want it like you've wanted nothing else. You have to want it like it's primal. Or you are not going to live through it. You have to be primal about it. something that my dad actually taught me. And it was something he could never master, which was strange to me, because he was able to teach me all of the ways of the Native Americans. And that in fiction there is fact. So I don't know why he could never see that. But it's hardest to be looking at the outside in when you're the one sitting inside. The school of life has taught me well. The school of life has taught me many things. And those many things they astonish even the quickest. Because they think, oh, well, I'm going to win this. I'm going to be the better. I'm going to have the better outcome because I'm smarter, I'm faster, I'm this or I'm that. It doesn't matter. It never matters. What matters is the efforts that you make for the better. Because every effort that you make for selfish reasons tips the scales a little bit more in the opposite direction. You know, say that you have political leanings one way or the other. I don't give a shit about your politics. Probably because I've seen enough. And I've heard enough. I've felt it enough. I've watched as good friends died. I've watched while other good friends have lived and felt guilt. I've stood here and watched. Not because I chose to be, some sort of stalker or some creepo. It's because I needed to learn. What have you learned lately? What have you learned that has helped you? What have you learned that has made this world a better place? And trust me, there is nothing in this world that you can do that is better than give hope. Hope is a beautiful concept. It's the action of faith. It is faith in action. Because you know something. Can't tell why. It's just there. For some weird reason, you know. It's that gut instinct that cops have about, I know this guy's a criminal. Or I know this guy's a good guy. He's not trying to be a piece of shit. He's just trying to be a good guy. Or I know this guy's a criminal. He's really fucking evil and something's wrong, man. I don't know why he hates this person so much, but he's trying to mess them over. Or this person has this thing where they just they have a personal need to pick things up that don't belong to them. I've known many people like that. Most of the time, that's the way I look at it. If I don't ask you to help me clean my house up, don't be going and fingering through my shit. They ain't rocket science. A pretty sure you don't want to finger through my shit. Think about it. Look at the wide world around you. Why do you have to make my life so hard? What do you have against me? That I try to help people? Well, you know what I have against you? Nothing. I hold no hatred. I feel no grudge. I held no pain. Because to do that makes me a toxic person. It makes me feel more hatred. And when I feel more hatred, people come to fear me. And when people come to fear me, they understand why they fear me. I don't want people to understand why you should fear me. I want you to know in the back of your mind that I'm a person that can be very scary. And at that very same amount of how it goes, that you treat me with the same respect I treat you. Because we can all be as deadly as a viper. Every one of us is. You're just as scary as I am. Try it. Let me see your war face. Come on, that ain't war face. Let me see your war face. My point. We are all scary. We are all scary in our own right. Just because you're a scary person actually might be an advantage to you. Folks are more likely to treat you with a little bit more courtesy. Because the reality is if you put off that scary persona, if you're that solid kind of or you've got this kind of look on your face. Like, damn, dude's had his face mashed. Half-ass crooked smile. That's the point. Have that kind of look about you. Be a little bit more of the, you really don't want to fuck with me kind of person. Be less of a, screaming at the top of your lungs, looking like a jackass. Think about it. A lot of people out there are doing that right now. The difference is, are you screaming with sound, logic, and reason? Or are you screaming just to be screaming?